Hi there. Real quick before we jump into the episode. If you enjoy this episode, or any of the other episodes, be sure to give us a follow or subscribe. It would also be great if you shared it with a friend, or better yet, left a review so others can know how awesome it is. Thanks so much. And now, the episode.
Hey there, Press Starters, and welcome to the Press Start Leadership Podcast, the podcast about game-changing leadership, teaching you how to get the most out of your product and development team and become the leader you were meant to be. Leadership coaching and training for the international game industry professional. Now, let me introduce you to your host, the man, the myth, the legend, Christopher Mifsud.
Hey there, Press Starters, and welcome back to another awesome edition of the Press Start Leadership Podcast. On this week's episode, we'll be discussing mastering emotional intelligence, the key to effective leadership and game development. Empowering teams and fostering innovation, how emotional intelligence shapes success in the gaming industry. In the fast-paced, often high-pressure world of video game development, technical skills and creativity are paramount. However, the role of emotional intelligence in shaping effective leaders and cohesive teams is increasingly recognized as a critical component of success. This podcast delves into how emotional intelligence impacts leadership effectiveness in the video game industry, exploring its influence on team dynamics, conflict resolution, and creative collaboration. The essence of emotional intelligence in leadership. Understanding emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence refers to the ability to understand and manage one's own emotions and those of others. It encompasses self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. In the context of game development leadership, emotional intelligence is the foundation upon which strong teams and innovative projects are built. The 5 components of emotional intelligence. 1. Self-awareness. Recognizing one's emotions, strengths, and weaknesses. 2. Self-regulation. Managing emotions and impulses effectively. 3. Internal motivation. Being driven by internal rewards and passion. 4. Empathy. Understanding and sharing the feelings of others. And 5. Social skills. Navigating social interactions and relationships adeptly. The impact of emotional intelligence on game development. Enhancing team dynamics. Emotional intelligence fosters an environment where creativity and collaboration flourish. Leaders with a high emotional intelligence create teams that are more cohesive, resilient, and adaptable to the fast-evolving demands of game development. They achieve this by recognizing and valuing the emotional and professional contributions of each team member, thus enhancing motivation and engagement. Navigating conflict with emotional intelligence. Conflicts are inevitable in any creative endeavor, more so in the high-stakes environment of game development. Leaders equipped with emotional intelligence are better positioned to identify the early signs of conflict and address them in ways that are constructive rather than destructive, ensuring that the teams remain focused on common goals. Fostering creative collaboration. At the heart of game development is creative collaboration, a complex dance of ideas, feedback, and iteration. Emotional intelligence and leadership ensures that this collaboration is underpinned by a culture of mutual respect and understanding, where diverse ideas are celebrated and team members feel valued and heard. Strategies for developing emotional intelligence. Self-reflection and feedback. Self-reflection is a powerful tool for developing self-awareness, while feedback from peers and team members can provide valuable insights into areas for improvement in emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence training. Specific training programs focused on developing emotional intelligence can be highly beneficial for leaders in the game development industry. These programs often include exercise in empathy building, conflict resolution, and effective communication. Mindfulness and emotional regulation. Practices such as mindfulness meditation have shown to enhance emotional regulation, helping leaders manage stress and emotions more effectively, leading to better decision-making and leadership outcomes. Leveraging emotional intelligence for team empowerment, empowering teams through emotional awareness. Leaders who are emotionally intelligent can create a work environment that empowers team members. This involves recognizing the emotional climate of the team and individual emotional states, using this awareness to guide actions and communications in a way that uplifts and motivates. An actionable strategy here is to implement regular one-on-one check-ins with team members to understand their challenges and aspirations. Use these insights to tailor support and develop opportunities that resonate on an individual level. Emotional intelligence in decision-making. Informed decision-making with emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence contributes to more nuanced and informed decision-making processes. Leaders who can manage their emotions and emphasize with others can assess situations more objectively and make decisions that consider the well-being of the team and the project's success. An actionable strategy here is before making significant decisions, take a moment to assess your emotional state and consider the emotional impact on your team. Seek diverse perspectives to ensure a well-rounded understanding of the decision's implications. Cultivating a resilient organizational culture. Building resilience through emotional support. A resilient organizational culture is better equipped to handle the ups and downs of the video game industry. Emotional intelligence in leadership plays a crucial role in building this resilience by providing emotional support and fostering a culture of adaptability and perseverance. An actionable strategy here is to develop programs and initiatives that focus on mental health and well-being, such as stress management workshops or resilience training. Encourage open discussions about challenges and failures as learning opportunities. Enhancing creativity and innovation. Emotional intelligence as a catalyst for creativity. The video game industry thrives on creativity and innovation. Leaders who exhibit high levels of emotional intelligence can create an environment that encourages creative risk-taking and innovation by ensuring that team members feel safe, valued, and inspired. An actionable strategy here is to foster an inclusive brainstorming culture where all ideas are welcomed and considered. Celebrate creative efforts and encourage iterative feedback that focuses on growth and improvement. Nurturing leadership development within teams. Developing future leaders. The sustainability of a game development studio depends on nurturing the next generation of leaders. Emotional intelligence is a critical leadership skill that should be cultivated within your team, ensuring a legacy of empathetic and effective leadership. An actionable strategy here is to identify potential leaders within your team and provide them with mentorship opportunities focused on developing emotional intelligence. Encourage them to lead small projects or teams to practice and refine their skills. Emotional intelligence and external stakeholder relationships. Managing relationships with stakeholders. External stakeholder relationships, whether with publishers, investors, or the gaming community, are vital to the studio's success. Leaders with high emotional intelligence are better equipped to manage their relationships effectively, navigating negotiations, feedback, and collaborations with empathy and strategic insight. An actionable strategy here is to prioritize clear and empathetic communication with all stakeholders. Practice active listening to understand their perspective and concerns fully, and respond thoughtfully to build strong, mutually beneficial relationships. The future of emotional intelligence in game development leadership. Evolving leadership models. As the video game industry continues to evolve, so too will the models of leadership within it. Emotional intelligence will play an increasingly central role in these models, as the industry recognizes the value of emotionally intelligent leadership in fostering innovation, resilience, and success. An actionable strategy here is to stay informed about the latest research and developments in emotional intelligence and leadership. Be open to evolving your leadership style and strategies to incorporate new insights and best practices. Final thoughts. Emotional intelligence is a powerful tool for leaders in the gaming industry, offering a framework for enhancing team dynamics, making informed decisions, building resilience, and fostering creativity and innovation. By actively developing their emotional intelligence, leaders can navigate the complexities of game development with empathy, strategic insight, and a focus on long-term success. The strategies and insights outlined in this podcast provide a roadmap for leaders aiming to harness the full potential of emotional intelligence in their leadership practice, ultimately contributing to a more vibrant, resilient, and innovative video game industry. All right, and that's this week's episode of the Press Start Leadership Podcast. Thanks for listening, and as always, thanks for being awesome. And that's a wrap for today's episode, Press Starters. Before we go, I'm excited to share a bit about my indie game studio, Play on Words Studios. Our latest project, Shadow City Mysteries: A Clockwork Noir, is a captivating narrative adventure game that you won't want to miss. Head over to Steam to wishlist it now. Additionally, we're gearing up for an exciting crowdfunding campaign for our tabletop RPG book that's set in the same intriguing world. Join the pre-campaign and stay updated for all the latest news. Check the links in the show notes to wishlist Shadow City Mysteries on Steam and join our tabletop RPG book pre-campaign on BackerKit. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, keep pressing start on your leadership journey.